Welcome to Dane Buy Local TV. Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Ellen Barrett, and we are on the road at Winter Indulgence. This is Dane Buy Local's second annual event, and a great way to take a break from the harsh Wisconsin winters and really enjoy yourself. There's beer, spirits, and lots of sweet treats, and we get to hear the local stories behind all of these business owners. It's coming up right after this. Welcome back to Dane Buy Local TV. We are at the Winter Indulgence event today and so excited to introduce you to our next guest. I'm deeming him the chocolate guy because he's going to be the guy you're going to want to hang out with at this event. This is Marcus with Candinas. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
And providing chocolates. You're just a really well-known name here in the community. You've been around for more than 20 years with your capital location, which I think is pretty well known.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you guys offer.
We don't offer much. We only offer chocolate. So if you come into our store, it's assumed that you're going to like or want to have chocolate, or at least want to give somebody who does like chocolate.
I love that.
Yeah, we just make a variety of different chocolates, truffles, pralines. They're characteristically really smooth, really soft chocolate fillings. Really approachable chocolate. Yes, they're extremely high quality, but they are things that, well, if you like chocolate, like I said, you're going to be happy no matter what. But they're just really flavors that are really easily balanced, nicely balanced, good flavors. Some milk, some dark, mostly dark, some with nuts, some without nuts. So just really nice assortments.
What are you offering to folks today? Because these are, I'm sure, not only tasty, but they're really beautiful.
Yeah, no, it's a good little cross section of what we make. So the most visually obvious here is the champagne truffle.
Okay.
It's a white exterior. It has a champagne and a dark chocolate filling in it. It's surrounded by two nut varieties. One is the hazelnut truffle, which, what has nuts in it, is really smooth. And then the other one is a hazelnut praline, which has two whole caramelized hazelnuts and a hazelnut filling.
Yum.
The espresso, the herbal infusion, which is really nice dark chocolate variety. I mean, it's not the only one, but
Sure.
It's just especially dark. The Irish cream, and the last one is the caramel truffle, which is semi-liquid. So it's not tough and chewy, it's really, really soft.
Such beautiful chocolates, and I know before the show here we were kind of talking about your inspiration behind why you wanted to bring these sort of chocolates back to Madison, because you're a local Madison guy.
Original, yes.
Tell me a little bit about that history and why it was important to you to bring that here.
Well, I brought chocolate here because I really love chocolate, but Madison just seemed like a great place to be. It's always, I think we kind of always have a little warm spot for wherever we grew up, and so that definitely was the case for me as well. And yes, Madison has historically had this great food culture that really transcended what you would expect to find,
Sure.
or went beyond what you would expect to find in a city of its size. I'm thinking of pioneers like Odessa Piper with L'Etoile years ago. That was a really unique, it's still a unique restaurant. So we've always had this unique food history in Madison, so I really love that about it. But I think what we talked about is the fact that we're in the middle of the map.
Yep.
And, in the age of it being really difficult to be a retail store, and we have two here in Madison, or one in Verona and one in Madison, even before the internet thing came up, we recognized that, well, in order to make this work, we're going to probably be doing a fair amount of shipping,
Sure.
Whether it's to Eau Claire or to Los Angeles, but there's a fair amount of shipping. So being in the middle of the map, shipping to the east and the west coast, really works out in our favor.
And we're so lucky to have you here locally. So fantastic. One of the Dane Buy Local members, Candinas. Be sure to check them out around the Capitol Square and also down the street here from Fisher King, not too far.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thanks for being with us. And we'll be back with more Dane Buy Local TV after the break. Welcome back to Dane Buy Local TV. As you know, we are here at the Winter Indulgence event, getting all sorts of sweet treats, savory treats, and even some really, really yummy treats from Sugar River Pizza. With me, I have Sarah. She's the owner. Thanks for being here, providing all this yummy stuff.
Absolutely. It was a great way to spend a day.
Absolutely. And tell us a little bit about, you guys are actually across the street from Fisher King Winery where we are. I can see it through the window. What do you guys offer? Obviously pizza.
We do pizza. We do a lot of pizza, but we also do a lot of sandwiches. So my husband, for instance, he does all of our smoked meats. So pulled pork, all of that's smoked in-house.
Yum.
Pastas are near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
So we do a lot of pastas, homemade lasagnas, homemade sauces, all that kind of stuff. So.
And what do we have for your spread here tonight? It's some really delicious stuff.
Well, today we had to go with my husband's pulled pork.
Yes.
He doesn't let me leave any catering gig without taking some of that. We've got our homemade meatballs and marinara sauce, which is great for catering because you just throw it, let it simmer. It's awesome. And then our spinach artichoke dip, which
That's
we've
always a crowd
had that
favorite.
since we opened, and it is everybody's favorite. So we had to bring some of that down.
I love this event because I think sometimes people can get a little sad and depressed here in Wisconsin during the winter time.
Absolutely.
It's true. And you need a pick-me-up, and one of the best ways to do that, I think, is food. Especially in the winter, you want things that are warm and just gonna, delight your taste buds, and that's really everything you guys have here today. And I want to mention too, you guys originally had a first location not here in Verona.
Correct. So our first location is in New Glarus. My parents run it, do a great job. You'll find my mom running around almost every day. And we opened up in Verona about 2 years ago. So this month will be our 2-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has that transition been into Verona, which I think has been a really growing community, specifically this area that you guys are in?
This area has been really exciting. With the brewery across the street, summer is a rockin' place to be around here.
Yeah.
The hotels added kind of that during the week crowd from Epic and all of that. And then even with the other restaurants, we get so much more of a pull in these days. And especially where we're at, Fisher King Winery. So it's been great to work with them. We sell their wines up at our restaurant and get to know Fitz over the past couple of years. So
That's so great. And if people do want to come stop in, they can obviously stop in. Can they order?
Absolutely.
Delivery? Takeout?
Delivery, takeout, and dine-in. We've got a full restaurant and a full bar, which is awesome.
Deliciousness. You could really just come spend the whole day here. Go back, get some pizza, come drink some wine, go back for some meatballs, some pasta.
You can even crash at the hotel then if you really need to.
It's everything you need here. Again, Sarah with Sugar River Pizza, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And this is Dane Buy Local TV, and we'll be back with more after the break. Welcome back to Dane Buy Local TV. We are at the Winter Indulgence celebration, just enjoying ourselves with wine and sweets and savory treats, and a whole lot of fun. We've got a photo booth behind us, and this is photography by Sean Lamb, and this is Sean himself.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here and providing all this fun stuff.
Well, thanks for the opportunity. This is always fun. Whenever I'm out with my camera, I'm having fun.
Such a great event that Dane Buy Local puts on. Just a great way to get to know different local businesses in your community and everything they do. So, going off of that, tell us a little bit about what you do, Sean.
I am a photographer. I've been doing photography as a hobby since the mid-'70s.
You're not a jest?
No. I play one on TV, but I've been doing it as a hobby since the mid-'70s and professionally for about 8 years now.
Awesome.
I have a friend that I partner with for these photo booths. Otherwise, I do all kinds of photography on my own. I do weddings, I do events, I do portraits. I also do virtual tours of business and put them directly onto Google Maps.
Now, I know these photo booths are really a growing trend for weddings.
Yep.
All the weddings I've been to recently, that's the one thing you must have. Are you seeing that in trends as well?
Yes, so I've already got bookings in through the summer. Not every weekend yet, so there's still spaces available, but yeah, it is getting busy now.
Why do you think they catch on so much?
It's easy, it's fun. You get to get inside a booth and be someone else for a moment.
I love that, and what a cool way, I think, to commemorate an event. I'm sure weddings are most popular.
Right.
But to have something to take home with you just has to be a blast.
Right. And it's not just weddings too, it's any kind of events. Last week I had the photo booth out at a school dance party.
Oh, fun.
For a middle school. And then I've also done corporate events. And last month there was a birthday party too.
Oh, what a blast. So if people are interested in maybe getting a photo booth, maybe they have a wedding coming up, just photography in general, again, the services you provide, and how can people reach out to you?
My website, SeanLambPhoto.com. You can email me at Sean@SeanLambPhoto.com. My phone number's there on the website. I can also be reached on Facebook at Sean Lamb Photo.
Perfect. And again, weddings, photo booths,
portraits, family portraits, Christmas card portraits. I do those. If you need a photographer, I can help you out.
Awesome. Again, Sean Lamb, thank you so much for having fun with us.
Thank you.
We're going to have a great rest of our time here at the Winter Indulgence, and we have more Dane Buy Local TV coming up after the break. Welcome back to Dane Buy Local TV. As you know, we are here at Winter Indulgence, enjoying so many treats, and of course, you have to have the beverages to go along with it. And with me, I have Tim with Hot House Brewing. thanks for being here and providing samples for folks tonight.
Yes, of course. We're really happy to be here.
And beer, is so great, I think, year-round, but especially during the winter time, you really want to have a drink that's going to be flavorful. I'm not necessarily looking for something that's light on flavor, and you guys have so many different varieties. Tell us a little about everything that you guys do.
Yeah, so we bring to the Winter Indulgence a bunch of variety, like you had said, and one that sticks with Wisconsin winter is Plaid Panther. It's a Scotch ale. It's a little bit darker in color. People really enjoy drinking seasonally in Wisconsin.
Yes.
That's what we definitely have. So something a little bit darker, Plaid Panther. My personal favorite is something called Magic Dragon. It's a double IPA.
Cool label too.
Yeah. Double IPA just means that we add a little bit more grain.
Okay.
Grain makes sugars, and sugar creates alcohol.
Gotcha.
So when you see double IPA, it just means we add a little bit more grain to it. So it's a little bit higher alcohol content.
Sure.
But it still drinks super smooth. It's a really beautiful beer.
Awesome. And flavorful.
Very flavorful.
And like you said, people do drink so seasonably here.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about it, but it's so true. In the summer, maybe I want something lighter. In the winter, I want something maybe a little bit more darker, more bold flavors, and you guys offer that.
Yep.
And you guys have a really cool, facility. Of course, you can always find your beers at different retailers, but tell us about where you're located and everything you guys have there.
Yeah, so being in Verona, we're about 2 miles away from just about everywhere. So being here at Fisher King is great. We're 2 miles away. We have a tasting room. We have 12 beers on tap, and we really encourage people to come in, and our bartenders are really well educated. So you can say, hey, this is my flavor that I usually go towards. We have something that will typically fit that person's flavor profile.
That's so much fun, and I do like that, the people there are so experienced because, other than just going to pick up a six-pack, you can really make that into a night of doing something fun and learning new things.
Yeah, we try to obviously educate our bartenders so that they can educate the people that come in, so it's a lot of fun.
And where can people pick up some of these yummy beers at some retailers around us locally?
Yeah, locally, we're in all the Hy-Vees, we're in all the Woodmans, and we're on all the Steve's Liquor.
Awesome. So these are the two go-to for your winter picks?
For
currently?
my winter picks, yes.
I love it. Again, Tim with Hop House Brewing. Thanks for being here and providing this for us tonight.
Yeah.
It's awesome stuff. And this is Dane Buy Local TV, and we'll be back here at Winter Indulgence after the break. Welcome back to Dane Buy Local TV. As you know, we are here at the Winter Indulgence event. Such a great time. It is a packed house behind us. And one of the hosts tonight is Olin Fitzgerald. He's the owner and winemaker here at Fisher King Winery. Thank you so much for hosting this
absolutely.
event.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's been a blast. So many great businesses that people are getting to connect with and meet the owners. One of the perks when you get to shop local, and you are one of those people, a familiar face. You guys were in Mount Horeb before you transferred here to Verona. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Right. Well, it was very difficult to transfer an entire winery from one location to another.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart. I really can't recommend it. But we were basically, the two reasons that we needed to move is we were out of room. We were all jammed up in our production area, and our retail sales were getting a bit limited by the size of the space. And then the real motivation for it was our landlord did not want to renew the lease with us, and didn't, as far as I could tell, it didn't have anything to do with us. It was that he had designs on the building for his own purposes. So he's the owner of the building, and he said, okay, that's it. So we spent about a year looking for a new location, and we were trying to stay in Mount Horeb. That certainly was my preference, and we went down several different pathways, and none of them panned out, none of them worked out for one reason or another. It was very disappointing, to say the least, but there's pluses and minuses with being in Mount Horeb, and we wanted to be, one of the advantages of the move here is that we're closer to Madison, and we definitely have a lot more elbow room, so we can host events like this here. We can handle 150 people, so it puts us closer to Madison. It's in a popping area.
Yeah, it really is.
On this side of Verona, there's all these different restaurants and things. There's a Hyatt hotel right next door. So this place is only going to grow and get, more populated, and more people coming through, more traffic. So, and we, like I said, and I'll keep repeating myself, we have this added elbow room, which is really good. Not only here on the retail side, which is where we generate our sales so we can survive and flourish, but also on the production side.
Such a great space, and I love that you guys have the windows so people can kind of peek in and see what you're doing.
Well, we had that in our small space in Mount Horeb, and I wanted to duplicate that here.
I love that. winemaking is really a passion of yours. I do want to brag on you a little bit because you're kind of a big deal in the winemaking world. I know you're a part of different committees.
Well, up until about 3 weeks ago,
Sure.
I was the president of the Wisconsin Winery Association.
That's a pretty big deal to me.
Well,
I'm
okay.
lucky to have here.
Well, I was on that board since 2012, and I finally, at our annual meeting in January, I took myself off the board, and I'm okay with that.
You got to enjoy the wine too, right?
Yeah, you got to enjoy the wine,
It's
and
not
I
all work.
I really
It's
needed to
play too.
focus on my business.
You bet.
So.
And I do want to mention, you guys have some fantastic wines here. What are you guys serving up tonight?
Well, all of our wines.
Perfect.
We have our full menu, whites and reds, dry to sweet. Basically, with this Dane Buy Local Winter Indulgence event, people are given, like some, they have a chance to, or they are given the opportunity to have 3 wines. They're given tickets,
Awesome.
and they get a nice pour of whichever wine they want 3 times. And after that, then if they liked a certain wine and they want more, they can certainly purchase some from us. But it's basically the whole, menu is open right now for whatever people want to buy.
Now I want to mention too, of course, come in, buy a bottle of wine. You guys have some really cute wine accessories too if you're looking for a gift to go along with a bottle of wine.
Yep.
But this is a really fun place to also come hang out. I know you guys have events like this, you have music. Tell
Right.
us about what you guys have going on here.
Yeah, well, we do a lot of events like paint night, plant night, game board night, bingo, wine bingo. We're trying to increase the number of events we do now that we have a bigger space to hold it in. Tonight we actually have, actually starting now, down at the other end is Katie Scullen, and she's playing some really nice live music. We pretty much have live music every Friday, and sometimes on Saturday. And it's not always this crowded. I mean, you can come to the winery and have a nice intimate time as well often. So.
Awesome. Such a great place. If you do want to come learn about the wines, their staff is so knowledgeable.
Oh, one more thing?
You bet.
Yeah. Last year, 60% of our production was from grapes grown right here in southern Wisconsin. So we try to do as much as we can with the local farmers, the local grape growers, because we can make absolutely delicious wines here from local grapes.
I love that, and people don't know that. People have different stereotypes, but you gotta love local, right?
Right, absolutely.
Again, Owen Fitzgerald, he's here with the winery, Fisher King Winery. Thank you so much for hosting us tonight.
Sure, my
And we'll
pleasure.
be back with more Dane Buy Local TV after the break. Thanks for joining me today for Dane Buy Local TV here at the Winter Indulgence event. If you'd like to learn more about Dane Buy Local and their members, you can head to danebuylocal.com. And remember, we all win when you think local first.